7-year-old Prince Louis just dropped a bombshell about Queen Camilla that's shaking the royal family to its core. His innocent words, caught on camera, expose a rift nobody saw coming. What did the young prince say, and why is it causing such chaos in Buckingham Palace? Stick around, because this is bad, really bad. The British royal family is no stranger to drama, but when the youngest Wales child, Prince Louis, speaks out, the world listens. On April 23, 2025, Louis turned 7, and Kensington Palace released a charming video to mark the occasion. In it, the gap-toothed prince runs toward the camera, giggling, and playfully directs photographer Josh Shinner, saying, "I can jump. Down from here." The clip, filmed at Anmer Hall, the family's Norfolk retreat, was meant to be a heartwarming birthday tribute. But hidden in that 25-second video was a moment that's now sending shockwaves through the monarchy. Let's set the stage. Louis, the youngest of Prince William and Kate Middleton's 3 children, is known for his cheeky personality. From sticking out his tongue at Trooping the Color to stealing the show at Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee in 2022, he's the royal family's pint-sized rebel. But this time, his antics weren't just cute, they were explosive. As the camera panned, Louis was overheard whispering something to his sister, Princess Charlotte, about Grandpa's wife. That's right, he was talking about Queen Camilla. And what he said next has palace insiders scrambling to contain the fallout. Before we dive into Louis's words, let's talk about Camilla. Queen Camilla, now 77, has been a polarizing figure for decades. Once the other woman in King Charles's marriage to Princess Diana, she's fought hard to win public approval. Her 2005 marriage to Charles was met with skepticism, especially by Prince William and Prince Harry, who, according to Harry's memoir, Spare, begged their father not to marry her. Despite their pleas, Charles and Camilla tied the knot, and over time, Camilla carved out a role as queen consort, later becoming queen at Charles's coronation in 2023. But not everyone's warmed to her, especially, it seems, young Louis. So, what did Louis say? As he whispered to Charlotte, lip readers caught this bombshell. "She's not my grandma." Ouch. 3 simple words, but they cut deep. Louis, in his childlike honesty, rejected Camilla's place in the family, hinting at a tension that's been simmering beneath the surface. For a 7-year-old to say this on camera, even in a whisper, suggests he's picked up on something. Maybe conversations at home, maybe his parents' own feelings. And if Louis is saying this, what does it mean for the Wales family's relationship with Camilla? Let's unpack why this is such a big deal. First, Louis isn't just any kid, he's 5th in line to the throne. His words carry weight, even if he doesn't fully grasp their impact. Second, this isn't just a family spat. It's a public relations nightmare for Camilla, who spent years trying to shake off her image as the outsider. The fact that her step-grandson doesn't see her as family is a gut punch to her carefully crafted role as queen. And third, it raises questions about what's happening behind closed doors. Are William and Kate subtly encouraging this attitude, or is Louis just echoing what he's heard elsewhere? To understand this, we need to look at the history between Camilla and the Wales family. Camilla's relationship with William and Harry has always been strained. In Spare, Harry called her dangerous and accused her of playing a long game to secure her place in the royal family. William, while less vocal, has reportedly kept his distance, bowing to her formally, but maintaining a cool relationship. Kate Middleton, too, has had her issues with Camilla. Royal expert Tom Quinn, in a 2025 Channel 5 documentary, revealed that Camilla initially wasn't keen on Kate, citing her middle-class background and lack of aristocratic hobbies like shooting or horse riding. Camilla's early doubts about Kate as a future queen didn't exactly endear her to the Waleses. Fast forward to 2025, and tensions are still evident. During the royal family's Easter celebrations, William and Kate chose to skip the traditional service at St. George's Chapel, where Charles and Camilla were front and center. Instead, they attended a quiet service in Norfolk with their kids, and Kate's parents, Carol and Michael Middleton. This move was seen as a deliberate snub, especially since Louis, George, and Charlotte were spotted enjoying hot cross buns at St. Mary Magdalene Church, far from Camilla's orbit. Could this separation have fueled Louis's blunt comment about Camilla? Now, let's consider Louis's perspective. At 7, he's old enough to notice family dynamics but young enough to speak without a filter. His "not my grandma" remark likely stems from loyalty to his real grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton, who are hands-on with the whales, kids, and perhaps even the memory of Princess Diana, whose legacy looms large. Diana's tragic death in 1997 left a void, and Camilla's role as Charles's wife has always been a sensitive topic. Louis, growing up in a household where Diana's memory is cherished, might see Camilla as an interloper, even if he doesn't fully understand the history. But here's where it gets messy. The palace's response. Sources say Buckingham Palace is in damage control mode. Insiders claim Camilla was hurt by Louis's comment, though she's putting on a brave face. King Charles, caught between his wife and his grandchildren, is reportedly torn. A royal aide told Newsweek in March 2025 that Camilla has been exhausted carrying the royal workload, especially with Charles and Kate's health challenges. Louis's words, however innocent, add another layer of stress to her already fraught position. The palace has downplayed the incident, with a spokesperson calling it a child's misunderstanding, but the public isn't buying it. Social media is ablaze with reactions. On X, royal fans are divided. One user posted, "Louis is just saying what everyone thinks. Camilla will never be Diana." Another countered, "Give Camilla a break. She's been queen for 2 years and doesn't deserve this from a kid." The hashtag Louis Speaks has trended with memes of Louis's gap-toothed grin captioned, "The Prince Who Slays." Meanwhile, traditional media outlets like The Express and GB News have run stories speculating about a deeper rift, with headlines like "Prince Louis's Camilla jab exposes royal tensions." Let's zoom out for a moment. The royal family has faced plenty of scandals, from Prince Andrew's Epstein ties to Harry and Meghan's exit. But a child's comment hitting the headlines is new territory. Why? Because it's raw, unfiltered, and impossible to spin. Louis's words aren't a calculated leak or a tabloid exaggeration. They're straight from the source. And they tap into a lingering public unease about Camilla. Despite her efforts, charity work, public appearances, even her cheeky humor, polls show she's still less popular than Kate or William. A 2025 YouGov survey ranked Camilla below Anne and Kate in public favor, with only 40% viewing her positively. So, what's the fallout? For one, it's reignited debate about Camilla's place in the monarchy. Critics argue she'll never fully win over the public, especially with Diana's shadow looming. Supporters, though, point to her loyalty to Charles, especially during his cancer treatment in 2024 and 2025. They say Louis's comment is just a kid being a kid, not a referendum on her queenship. Still, the incident has forced the palace to confront an uncomfortable truth. The next generation, including Louis, may not fully accept Camilla's role. What about William and Kate? They're in a tricky spot. As future king and queen, they can't publicly criticize Camilla, but they also can't ignore their son's words. Sources close to the couple say they're mortified by the attention, but stand by Louis's right to express himself. Kate, who's been protective of her kids' privacy, is reportedly furious the video wasn't edited to cut Louis's whisper. The photographer Josh Schinner has stayed silent, but rumors swirl that he's facing heat for not catching the comment during filming. Then there's Charles. As king and grandfather, he's caught in the middle. His bond with Louis is well documented. During the 2022 Platinum Jubilee, Louis famously sat on Grandpa Wales's lap, charming onlookers. But now, Charles must navigate his grandson's rejection of his wife. Insiders say he's trying to smooth things over, planning a private family meeting at Balmoral to address the tension. Whether that'll work is anyone's guess. Let's talk long-term implications. Louis's comment could shape how the public views Camilla for years to come. If a 7-year-old prince doesn't see her as family, why should the public? It's a question that could haunt her legacy, especially as William and Kate's popularity soars. The Waleses are the monarchy's future, and their kids, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are its heart. If Louis, even unintentionally, is casting doubt on Camilla's role, it could chip away at her credibility. But there's another angle: Louis himself. This incident puts him under a spotlight he's too young to handle. At 7, he's already a media darling, with his goofy antics earning him nicknames like Lou Bugs from Kate. But being at the center of a royal controversy is different. Child psychologists warn that public scrutiny could affect his confidence, especially as he grows up in the shadow of his older siblings. William and Kate, fiercely protective, are likely doubling down on shielding him, but the internet doesn't forget. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is this really about Camilla, or is it about the monarchy itself? The royal family is at a crossroads. Charles, at 76, is battling health issues. William and Kate are preparing for their future roles while juggling parenthood. Harry and Meghan are off in California, stirring the pot from afar. And the public's appetite for royal drama is insatiable. Louis's comment, small as it seems, taps into bigger questions about loyalty, legacy, and who gets to define family in a 1,000-year-old institution. Some might argue this is overblown. Kids say things, they're impulsive, honest, sometimes cruel. Maybe Louis was just having a bad day, or maybe he didn't mean it the way it sounded. But context matters. This isn't a random kid, it's a prince, and his words were caught on an official royal video. The palace's decision to release it unedited suggests either a massive oversight or a calculated risk. Either way, it's backfired spectacularly. What's next? The royal family is bracing for more headlines. Camilla's upcoming engagements, including a climate-focused trip to Italy, will be scrutinized for signs of strain. William and Kate, meanwhile, are planning a high-profile appearance with their kids on May 8, 2025, for the 80th anniversary of VE Day. George, Charlotte, and Louis will join them on the Buckingham Palace balcony, alongside Charles and Camilla. All eyes will be on Louis. Will he play nice, or will his cheeky streak strike again? As for Camilla, she's not one to back down. Known for her resilience, she's weathered worse storms. Think 1990s tabloid vilification. But this is personal. A child's rejection, especially one as public as this, stings. Insiders say she's leaning on her sister, Annabelle Elliott, and close friends for support. Annabelle, who famously refuses to curtsy to Camilla, might be chuckling at the irony. The public, meanwhile, is eating this up. From X to TikTok, Louis's comment is fodder for endless debates, memes, and think pieces. Some see it as proof the monarchy's out of touch. Why should a kid be dragged into this mess? Others see it as a refreshing dose of honesty in a family known for its stiff upper lip. Either way, it's a reminder that the royals, for all their titles and tiaras, are human. They fight, they hurt, they mess up, just like the rest of us. So, where does this leave us? Louis's words have peeled back the curtain on a family at odds. Camilla's role, once thought secure, is under fresh scrutiny. William and Kate are navigating a PR minefield, and Charles is stuck playing referee. But the real wild card is Louis himself. At 7, he's already making waves bigger than most royals manage in a lifetime. Is this a one-off, or the start of a new chapter in the royal saga? One thing's for sure. The monarchy hasn't seen drama like this since Diana's Panorama interview. And if Louis has more to say, Buckingham Palace better brace itself.